This is a CBS News special report on the election of 1960. Joining us now, Walter Cronkite.
Good evening, and welcome to a CBS News special report. A look back at the election of 1960. Earlier today, January 21st, 1961, President Kennedy was sworn in as the 35th President of the United States. Hundreds of thousands showed up today at the United States Capitol to watch history in the making.
Gerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear.
I, John Gerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
That you will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
And will, to the best of your ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution.
As we know, JFK would get the nomination at the Democratic National Convention. On the Republican side, there were three candidates, including Vice President Richard Nixon for the Eisenhower administration, Nelson Rockefeller, and Barry Goldwater. Nixon would secure the nomination.
Another reason I could give for starting this campaign in Nevada is that I cherish the friendships that we have here. Friendships including Rex Bell. I want to tell you that all over this country, the mayors who introduced us, and speaking of friends, even though they represent the other political party, the governor and his very charming wife, we are glad that they are our friends too on this occasion. And then I could give, of course, other reasons. But Nevada is, according to the governor, the fastest growing state in America. According to the lieutenant governor, the first growing state in America. Now I'm going to get into that, but as I told Grant before we came in, and Rex, I wasn't going to be in Florida for a while. So we'll say Nevada's first today, and at least being the fastest growing state in the country.
Virginia is an old state, and it values the past. But if there are any lessons that history has ever taught us, is that those who hold the past are the ones who move ahead. This country was founded by men who valued the past and were revolutionaries to preserve it. I cannot believe that there's anyone in the state of Virginia who believes that this country should stand still, who believes that everything had to be done and was done in the past, who does not believe that there is any necessity for us to move ahead, who does not believe that there is any necessity for us to break new ground for the future, if they are and if there are. They should vote Republican, because that is what they're going to get. They are going to get a standstill. I'm JFK, and I'm getting ready to walk in right about now.
Wait, JFK!
Yeah.
Can you do your hair?
Oh yes, please do my hair. I need to look good for the TV. This is beautiful.
I think you need some powder too. Can you put it in here?
I'm getting ready for the debate here. I'm about to walk in.
Hey, Dick, Richard, so we should do your hair, because this is on TV.
No.
You have to look fabulous.
No, get away from me.
Can I put on some makeup on you? Your complexion, right here? However, what will be remembered most about this election were the television debates that portrayed President Kennedy as a strong leader. I did. Oh. In this, the first discussion in a series of 4 joint appearances, the subject matter has been agreed. Will be restricted to internal or domestic American matters. And now, for the first opening statement by Senator John F. Kennedy.
Mr. Smith, Mr. Nixon, in the election of 1860, Abraham Lincoln said that the question was whether this nation could exist half slave or half free. In the election of 1960, and with the world around us, the question is whether the world will exist half slave or half free, whether it will move in the direction of freedom, in the direction of the road that we are taking, or whether it will move in the direction of slavery. The question now is, can freedom be maintained under the most severe attack it has ever known? I think it can be. And I think that the final analysis, it depends upon what we do here. I think it's time that America should start moving again.
And then she went Okay. Okay. And you, Mr. Vice President?
Mr. Smith, Mr. Kennedy, the things that Senator Kennedy has said, many of us can agree with. There is no question that we cannot discuss our internal affairs in the United States without recognizing that they have a tremendous bearing on our international position. The final point that I would like to make is this. Senator Kennedy has suggested in his speeches that we lack compassion for the poor, for the old, and for others that are unfortunate. Let us understand throughout this campaign that his motives and mine are sincere. I know what it means to be poor. I know what it means to see people who are unemployed. I know Senator Kennedy feels as deeply about these problems as I do, but our disagreement is not about the goals for America, but only about the means to reach those goals.
No, she's kind of all right. God, you need to tell me when you're ready. Okay. 3 minutes and 20 seconds for each candidate. Vice President Nixon, will you make the first summation?
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Senator Kennedy. I stand for programs that mean growth and progress, but it is also essential that he not allow a dollar spent that could be better spent by the people themselves.
And you, Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. I want them to say that these were the years when the tide came in. These were the years when the United States started to move again. That's the question before the American people. And only you can decide what you want. If you want this country to be what you want this future to be. And I think we're ready to move. And it is to that great task, if we're successful, that we will address ourselves and we will be successful once more.
It smelled. Oh, God. Thank you very much, gentlemen. The hour has gone by all too quickly. Thank you very much for permitting us to present the next President of the United States on this unique program. Now, I'm ready for a shower anyway. Did you stop filming yet?
Well, Vice President Nixon, that went very well.
Shut up, you fat heifer.
And there would be many more televised debates that followed, each of which portrayed Nixon as being a weaker leader and Kennedy as a stronger one. These debates would last up until the weeks before the election.
Good afternoon, Sir Nixon.
Good afternoon. I want your vote. Let's get a group picture.
Hey, popular campaigning is very important in my election. JFK, nice to meet you. JFK, nice to meet you. I hope for your vote this election. Thank you.
Election day was November 8th, 1960, and 69 million of American voters hit the polls to cast their vote. Election night was rather tense for the two candidates. Nixon watched the election results from an LA hotel. Throughout the night, the race was too close to call, and Nixon fully didn't concede until the next afternoon. There was only 100,000 difference between the popular vote, an 84 electoral vote difference. That is the special report for tonight. From everybody here at CBS News, have a great night.
This has been a CBS News special report.